Hey, what's up, guys? Just got the GoPro set up, so I thought I'd do a bit of an alpha run on this. I thought I would go over. A lot of people ask me, what do I eat? And so I went to Walmart, doing a little bit of rambling around over there, you know. So they asked me not only what do I eat, but they also ask me, how much do I spend? I'm gonna try and show you on this receipt right here. Comes out to about $85. I don't know if you can make that out or not. But thought I'd show you. They want to know what I eat, how much I spend on groceries. So I'd say that's about a typical week for me. I try and buy 7 days worth of food at once. So about 85, anywhere between I would say $75 to $90, depending on how much food rolls over. And so I guess I get why people are curious because, I lost 250 pounds, looking good. Might as well flex on camera. If you ever thinking to yourself, should I flex before I post? The answer is yes, always. So we'll go down this list here. See what Rick eats to give me all that energy for the rambling that I like to do, of the mouth and of the feet. Not of defeat, but of the feet. All right, let's see what we got here. First things first, because it was an easy grabbing distance. Cranberry juice. Big fan of this. This is a recent addition. One thing I've started to do is I try to get as many vitamins as possible now. I kicked the drug addiction, the casual sex. I haven't smoked a cigarette in over a week. Cranberry juice. Now, one thing I like to do, I like to cut it with water. Do like a little bit of cranberry juice, rest the way up with water. A little strong for my taste if you don't. All right, what do we got next? All right, so we got some bread. Bread and eggs. I try and keep it around 2,600 calories a day. So I start my morning off. My breakfast is typically I go 3 eggs that I fry, 2 slices of bread. Pretty good protein boost. Pretty good energy off the bread there. I don't care what anybody says. You don't ever want to cut out carbs. In my opinion, this is a huge mistake. I'm not a professional, but again, I did lose 250 pounds. If I didn't mention that already. All right, what do we got next? The staple here. Pickles. Pickles have been there for me since day one. When you got that salt craving, a little bit of junk food, you can't go wrong with the pickle. I get the biggest jar possible because over 7 days, I'm going to eat this entire jar, and there's a good chance I will also drink the majority of this juice. Now, why do I drink the pickle juice? It tastes awesome, first thing. Number 2, pickle juice is actually really good for cramping muscles. I don't mean to brag, but I work out constantly. All right, I'm talking like 2 hours a day. I'm getting at it. More than that if I've got a lady. So yeah, eat the pickle, drink the juice. That clanking was an empty pickle juice, an empty jar. There's still some juice. Haven't quite finished it yet. All right, what else do we got? So, next thing up. My 7 bags of frozen vegetables. Normally I go for the broccoli cauliflower blend. They were out of those. They're so popular. I'm assuming people are copying me like crazy, just buying out the broccoli and cauliflower. So I go for the California style mix here. All right, it's broccoli, cauliflower with the addition of carrots. That's 7 bags of these bad boys. All right, we're just gonna throw these in the freezer. All right, what do we got next? Normally for lunch, what I do is I eat at Papa John's. I eat a Papa Bowl. It's about 700 calories, full of chicken and vegetables. I try and eat a ton of vegetables. Again, I'm going to mention the vitamins, but also eat a lot of onion. Onion is shown to increase your testosterone. Also, the more vegetables you eat, it detoxifies your body, gets rid of your body odor there. And again, the vitamins. And I'm not going to tell you my sources on this research. A lot of it's personal. A lot of it you can just Google. But on my days off, I don't just go into Papa John's and steal lunch, even though I could, because they love me over there. So, on those days I supplement it with a little snack. Tostino's frozen pizzas. Been a staple, classic since I was a kid. Love these things. Comes out to roughly the same amount of calories, 700. Which, in case I didn't mention, that's what my Papa Bowl normally is for lunch at Papa John's. Now circling back to these vegetables, at Papa John's I try and eat a lot of spinach, try to eat a lot of cauliflower, try to eat a lot of broccoli. Now besides all these things making you poop phenomenally, which cannot be underestimated, they also increase your testosterone along with the onion. But an important thing they do is they suppress the estrogen that's going into your body. No offense, but most of the men I meet, they do not need more of that estrogen, but they could use a lot more of that testosterone. And also all of these things are great for your hair. Because people often comment, Rick, how's your hair so fabulous? Your skin, it's so clear. You are just the pinnacle of human attractiveness. I hear this all the time. Take my word for it. Now, what else do we got in here? All right, Nature Fresh Farms mini sweet peppers. Back in the day, I used to snack on sugary treats. I would eat potato chips by the pound. Now I eat these bad boys. Again, they are absolutely loaded with vitamins. They're going to make you not smell like a butthole. And they're going to make your skin glow like mine. Your hair will be fabulous. Can't go wrong. Sweet mini peppers. In a given week, I eat 2 bags. Throw these in the fridge here. Alright, what do we got next? Bag of baby carrots. Again, this is just something I snack on throughout the day. The texture's satisfying. There's a lot of vitamins in carrots. Let's check out the old nutritional label here. One thing I haven't touched on is potassium. My diet is focused around a lot of protein, potassium, as many vitamins that I can get, fiber, calcium, iron. These are the staples. How you can get guns like this. Don't underestimate it. Carrots. I go for the babies. My friend Sam, he said he eats a lot of carrots. I assumed it was baby carrots. No. He's eating those big, long, thick, just big carrots, okay? I've yet to ask him. I don't know if he peels these things or not. It's one thing I like about the baby carrots. They're easy. Keep them in a Tupperware container after I open them back. That way they stay fresh and crunchy. Nobody likes a soft carrot. Alright. Pick up my trash here. What do we got next? Oh, behind the camera here. This price also includes my drinks for the week. Because a lot of people, they spend their money on groceries, but they're still going to the gas station and they're getting, Monsters out the ass. They're getting the Polar Pops. People are spending an absurd amount of money on drinks on their way to work. I've cut that out. I buy in bulk. Body Armors. Again, packed full of vitamins. Surprisingly, there's a lot of potassium in these little guys. Try and drink 2 of these a day. Alright, like to work out. Just slam crush the Body Armor. Can't go wrong. There are times these things saved my life during COVID, and also when I'd been high for a week on drugs back in the day. Lived off these bad boys. Don't underestimate them. We'll just set these here for now. Alright, what else do we got? Moving on to the meat. Big fan of meat. I didn't mean to, but I pretty much gave up on all red meat. It just sits a little heavy in the old tummy. Not pleasant for the pooping. So, we've got the staple of anyone who's going to put on muscle, tuna. About 8 cans of tuna. So what I do for dinner is I take a can of tuna. Haven't got there yet. So we take the tuna. Right now we're putting it in the cupboard. Alright. So we got the tuna. I'm getting there. Calm down. Be patient. It's a virtue. Alright, so we've got beans. I got 7 cans of chili beans. Beans are the pinnacle of food on this planet. I'm convinced of this. Again, I have no official research. Not a professional. Just a man. I don't know if I mentioned this yet in the video, but I did lose 250 pounds. So the beans. There's a ton of protein in these beans. Ton of potassium. People overhype the banana. The banana is good for flavor, but if we're talking pure potassium, you could not go wrong with beans. Body armors. These are ways you can get it, especially if the banana makes you question things about yourself if you take too big of a bite. I've also wondered if this is how Sam feels about his carrots sometimes. A little too far down the hatch there, and he wonders some things about himself. We've all been there. So I take the tuna, the beans, the frozen bag of vegetables. I just mix all this in a pot, and that's my dinner. Along with, see if I can find it here. Oh, we've got another staple before I get to what else I throw in the pot. Again, be patient. This is why it's called Rick Rambles, because it's hard for me to stay on a linear topic. But don't worry, I always get back where I was. Alright, so we've got the protein bars. I eat 2 of these a day. I take these to work with me to supplement my tremendous hunger from all of the working out that I do during the day. Again, if I didn't mention this, this is 2 hours a day, and that's how I'm starting to get these pecs popping. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so I take 1 of each of these flavors. Get a lot of protein. I try to shoot from anywhere between 180 to 200 grams of protein a day. All right, you gotta pump those numbers up if you want to put on the gains. Go ahead and throw those in the cabinet. All right, back to what I throw in the pot. Again, do not give up carbs. Give up processed sugars. Sure, sugar is terrible for you. Most carbs are fine because you're going to need energy, especially if you're someone who works out 2 hours a day and you're trying to lose weight. So, I go for the guarded rotini. I have no idea why. The spirals are visually satisfying. My favorite color is orange. There's orange noodles, there's green noodles. It's very aesthetically pleasing when it's in the pot with the tuna, the beans, and my broccoli and cauliflower. This shit is filling, it's delicious. It's about 700 calories and 70 grams of protein in this dinner. Pump those numbers up, the protein. We'll put it right here for right now. I'm gonna go back and reorganize my cabinets after this video. This is not at all where I like to keep most of my food. All right, we're getting there. This is a week's supply worth of food, $85. Next up, we've got vitamin enhanced flavor packets. These go in bottles of water. These ones, vitamin enhanced with caffeine. I was drinking 5 energy drinks a day. Monster, varying other flavors. I ended up giving myself a UTI. It was terrible. Quit the Monsters, cold turkey, just like I did the drugs, the women, all these things. I quit. Cold turkey, I'll teach you how. If you keep watching me ramble at the mouth and of the feet when we finally make our way to the woods. So I buy 2 packs of these. Now what I like to do is I'll take a empty bottle of water. I've already drank the water out of it. I didn't pour it out, don't worry. What I'll do is I'll put in a little cranberry juice, pack of the vitamin enhanced with the caffeine, even more vitamins. I am telling you, you can't overdo it on vitamins. A lot of people say you can. I don't believe them. I'm skeptical. So I get the caffeine, cranberry juice, and I'm telling you, your urinary tract will thank you, and your body will. You'll sleep better. Get those vitamins. All right, what else do we got? Moving on. All right, so next up, herring, canned herring, tons of protein, iron. Now, you're going to say to me, Rick, I don't like anything you have showed me so far. It all sounds terrible. Well, here's the thing. You have to choose. Do you want to keep eating what you're eating that you like, or do you want to hit your goals? Do you want to be in shape? The second someone asks me, Rick, what do you eat? And then I take the time out of my day to tell them what I eat. And I break down why I eat it, and their response is, I don't want that, this sounds terrible, that's too much. Well, then you would rather be a fatty McFat than you would hit your goals and achieve that, I guess. So, yeah, and if what I eat's not for you, you can take the time to Google something else that's an alternative that I guess would fit the same thing. I don't really care because I gave up, oh, that doesn't sound good, because if you told me grasshoppers would boost my testosterone and would have tons of protein, they might, who knows. I would sit there and I would just eat pounds of grasshoppers. I don't care, because here's what I'm after. The popping pecs, okay? The gains. The calves like a fucking bodybuilder. This is what I'm after. I don't care what I have to eat, because that doesn't matter. What matters is accomplishing your goals. Sacrifices must be made to get gains. Not just in the muscular sense. In life, you must sacrifice if you want to gain something. Keep that in mind. We'll cover more of that on Rick Rambles. Now, we're getting there. We're almost there. Be patient. Last thing that I add in my diet, and I'll eat 1 can of either the herring or I mix it up. Only 1 can of oysters. People are like, Rick, I'm not eating oysters. That sounds terrible. Rewind the video about 30 seconds to a minute and listen to me say why. I don't really care if you think it sounds terrible, and I've immediately lost respect for you because you want to keep doing the same thing, eating the same stuff, but you want the results. It's not going to happen. To get better in your life, you have to sacrifice the old. There's a saying, I think it's like, out with the old, in with the new. I ate these oysters. There's 18 grams of protein in this little guy here. But also I eat the oysters because they are nature's Viagra. Okay? They keep you rock hard. Got a lady coming over. You slam crush a can of these oysters. It's game on. Okay? And also, 40% of your daily iron. I'm not 100% sure what iron does, but I know it sounds tough. It's rock solid, and that's exactly what my goal is to be. So, that's what I eat in a given week, on a given day, and that is every day of every week. Pretty much eat the same thing every day at the exact same time. I find once you take the spontaneity out of, oh, what am I going to eat? Oh, I'm hungry. What sounds good? That's all garbage. What sounds good is putting on the muscle, getting the broad shoulders, okay? Getting the calves that you want, the biceps. Not too bad. And again, I'm not a professional. You can do whatever you want. This is advice coming from someone. Again, I'm not sure if I mentioned this throughout the video, but I did lose 250 pounds. I work out like 2 hours a day. So yeah, that answers the question. I spend $85, shoot for 200 grams of protein, try and get as much potassium as I can. Slam, crush those vegetables, people. They'll make you smell good, keep your testosterone up, get your hair going good, make your nails good, skin glow. The vitamins, these are important. They give you energy. Also, they help you sleep. Most people that can't sleep at night, or if they're depressed, turns out they have a vitamin deficiency. They don't go out in the sun, they're pasty, they're flabby. It's just sad out there, people. This has been my alpha test of the GoPro. Decided to get the GoPro to shoot the Rick Rambles alpha test. And the biggest reason is because I used to go recreationally. Now we're going professionally, people. Till next time, keep rambling.